identifies superior landscape plants for Texas. Number 1. Henry Duelberg Salvia Zone 7 to 9. Salvia farinacea Henry Duelberg is a stunning Texas local plant that is not difficult to develop, draws in hummingbirds and butterflies, is surpassing dry spell lenient, and doesn't draw in deer. It develops between 2 feet and 3 feet tall and has blossom spikes that are 1 foot long and shrouded in dull, purplish-blue blossoms. Scaling back the spikes after the blossoms are spent urges the plant to rebloom. It very well may be in sprout basically throughout the season. Once settled, this salvia is extraordinarily intense and dry season open-minded. It's ideally suited for water-wise landscapes. The main thing this plant could do without is wet feet. Number 2. Lacy Oak. Zones 7 to 9. Some discussion goes on about the right organic name for this Texas local, yet the normal name is something very similar. Lacy Oak, Quercus lacey, sin. Quercus glaucoides. A more modest oak, it arrives at only 25 to 35 feet tall and wide, making it more in scale with private nurseries. The tree has a wonderful propensity, looking like a little white oak. It makes a wonderful overhanging tree and is likewise ideal in a nursery of local Texas plants. In spite of the fact that Lacy Oak can be filled in East Texas, it is best adjusted to the hill country and developed settings in West Texas. Lacy Oak is exceptionally open-minded toward intensity, dry season, and high pH soils once settled. Number 3. Texas Gold Columbine. Zones 5 to 8. Hinckley Columbine is local to only one spot in Texas and is extremely uncommon in nature. Texas Gold, Aquilegia chrysanthava, Hinkleyana Texas Gold. A determination of this interesting plant, has buttercup yellow blossoms with long, appealing spikes and fern-like foliage. The splendid blooms light up an obscured boundary. Columbine can be a fleeting lasting yet will reseed itself on the off chance that you let the seedlings develop. Texas Gold arrives at 2 to 3 feet tall. It leans towards very much depleted soil, part conceal, and sufficient dampness. However, it will endure some intensity. Number 4. Lord Baltimore's Hibiscus. Zones 5 to 9. Who says local plants aren't polite and dazzling? Master Baltimore Hibiscus has colossal 10 vast, radiant red blossoms. Also, they sprout for a lengthy period, from July until ice. When laid out, this tropical-looking lasting gives long stretches of variety. It is sufficiently flexible to use in enormous improving pots, in an enduring line, or in butterfly and hummingbird gardens. You'll frequently see rural Baltimore developing close to lakes since it loves sodden soil. Developing to around 5 feet tall and wide, the plants bite the dust back to the ground in winter yet regrow rapidly each spring. Number 5. Turks Cap. Zone 7B to 11. Turks Cap, Malvaviscus arboreus var. Drummondii, is local to South Texas, where it is a perpetual and makes a remarkable decoration for obscure destinations. The blossoms appear as though hibiscus, however never completely open, so they seem to be little turbans. The blossoms show up in the scope of varieties from red to pink to white and draw in hummingbirds and butterflies. A quickly developing bush arrives at between 3 feet and 6 feet in level and width. It may not be tough in north establishing zones in Texas yet could be utilized as a yearly there. It's dry spell lenient, once settled. Number 6. Cape Plumbago. Zones 8 to 11. One more typical name for Cape Plumbago, Plumbago auriculata, is sky bloom in the light of the fact that the blooms are sky blue. This delicate enduring loves the Texas intensity and will bloom bountifully from May until ice. The blossoms seem to be flocks and draw in a wide range of butterflies. Fortunately, deer don't appear to think that they are extremely flavorful. Cape Plumbago can be passed on to spread as a ground cover or to fall over a wall. It answers well to pruning and can be kept in a slick mounded form or prepared to climb a lattice. It really does best in light, sandy soils with great seepage.